So a very warm welcome to CEO Reflects. I'm Tony Wood from CEO CF, and we're joined by Veera from Saaren Taika. Veera, a very warm welcome to CEO Reflects.
Thank you very much, Tony. First about me, so my name is Veera, and I am leading Saaren Taika as part of the founder family. And Saaren Taika is a Finnish cosmetics brand, and we produce products for challenging skin, especially sensitive and problematic type of. And our newest innovation is to use Baltic Sea bladderwrack bioactives that we have also produced by ourselves. And we have grown from this small company to a company that is known national here in Finland. And the next step is to move to be an international brand.
I love it. And talking about that, I've noticed that you're not just in Finland. I see you on LinkedIn, and you've become the face of the brand. When you made that conscious decision, did it come with any side effects? I can imagine like having to keep up the pressure of posting. How do you work with that? Or how do you handle that? Do you have a schedule?
No, I just post stuff when I feel like it. So a lot of my writings or pictures or videos are made in that typical moment, and I just get it like, oh, I want to post it. If I try to do some kind of schedule, then it gets like I have to do it, and then there's no motion in doing that.
How do you protect your energy? Because I love the shots. Some of them are outside, some of them indoors, and very team-based as well. That can be draining because then a personal moment becomes a moment you're sharing. How do you protect your energy from that to keep it up? Because you have an amazing, even though you say you post just when you want or when you feel like it a lot, which is amazing. And it's fired your brand, it's through the roof. It's amazing. So how do you protect your energy?
When you start to do like personal branding and you are like the face of the brand, it can be also really hard because then all the visibility becomes like personal. Like everything I do is in the internet. Everybody can judge me or have an opinion or say what they think, but they don't really know who I am like really inside because they are not like in my inner circle, because that's like a scratch you get from the social media. But for me, I think it's a mindfulness thing to keep up the energy. You have to feel confident. You have to have high energy so you can give the happiness, the laughter, the feels. But if you're feeling like your battery is low, then it's not the time to make some content. I just post if I have the energy and the feels, and if I don't, then I go back, and I don't take any pressure from that.
And that obviously gets you a lot of likes. What's the funnel look like beyond the likes? How do you turn those into customers?
For me, it's not the likes or the views. It's the connection with the customers and the people. So what I see is that when people like or comment, they usually are already our customers, or they get interested by the brand because there is really a person behind it. So I think maybe it takes from 6 months to 1 year for someone to make the purchase after that. But what I try is to talk to my typical fans, what I have to offer for them. So for example, I want to talk to people that might have some struggle in life. So I want to inspire and give them that spark that you can be like anything you want if you just go for it, and it's okay to be a little bit broken or on the way. So that's like what I want to give to people. And I see that when I open myself and talk about these kind of things, the fans are they are already our customers, or then they come back, or not come back, but become customers like later on.
It's incredibly important, isn't it? Because you've got the skincare is your presentation to the world. And I know a few friends who are either makeup artists or have had challenges with their skincare. And what you're doing really does help people's confidence. And so there's that front view that we all give to the world. You obviously give your front view, as you alluded to in a lot of your posts, but what do people not see? What's behind the scenes with you, Veera?
I think what they don't really see is like the struggles, which I would also like to bring more to the social media, but that's like something I feel a bit unsure about, because then I think if I'm too vulnerable to say that I also have some struggles. And also what the people don't see is like the working hours I work. That's really like something, or the late nights when you're still working at 2 a.m., sleeping 4 hours, taking the kids to the kindergarten at like 7 a.m. And this kind of stuff is something they don't see. And also one thing is that when you do the social media for direct to customers, you really are vulnerable for the comments, opinion, and I'm a really sensitive person, you know. So if I get 15 comments saying that, oh my God, amazing, this kind of entrepreneurship is something we need in Finland, and wow. And then you have that one comment saying that we're full of shit. And then you're like, I think about that 3 days and it drains my energy. And then I think, how can I be more better? But there were 15 persons saying that amazing. And that one person can really go inside my skin. And I see that I have a lot of, like, I need to mentally grow to have more thick armor around me. So I wouldn't take that so personally for one person's opinion. And also, it's really helpful to have people around when you can say that, oh, I feel bad because somebody told me this. And then somebody can tell you, oh, don't mind that. You know, you are a good person. You know, you have your values and you're doing great and you inspire a lot of people. But this is like, I think this is like one of the mm, most hardest things to have people saying opinions or something bad, like not having to argument or not knowing enough why they say it, or this kind of stuff.
And it's different, isn't it? Because people who are commenting online, sometimes it's a fire and forget for them, and they've got that emotional dopamine hit of, for whatever reason, they feel the need to do it. But if one is sensitive, it can have an impact on you. And I don't know, is it better to not be sensitive? Is it better just to not read the comments and then, because obviously you do your account yourself. How do you cope with it? You mentioned a couple of things, but as you grow in popularity, which I know you will, how are you going to work with that? Because you will get a lot of people who are, maybe if someone was in front of you, they would never say it, but they feel it's okay to say it online. It's difficult, isn't it?
Well, for me, currently I go through the comments, but I have some channels that I have bigger the time. And it's like I check the comments like the first 1 hour or 2 or 3, and then I just give and forget.
Okay.
I don't go there. But if I have some video I know, for example, that will make comments of against and also good comments for me, that's when I have my team already like teamed up. If I get some bad comments, then I can call to someone or talk about them, and that's like how I go through those. But I think that with this time, I have grown a bit more armor, so I don't feel like everything is not so bad. But it's also how people say it, because, you know, you can have different opinions, and that's okay. But the way people say it, that matters. If you're like, you want to be mean, you can say it with a mean touch and just hurt. But if you're like really interested and you just want to have a great discussion, then you can have your opinion said in a nice way. And I think that's like people should have manners. You know, we are people. And just as you said, nobody would come straight to my face to say that. And that's also one thing I have seen in the cosmetic industry when we are going in this kind of fairs. And, you know, there might be some people that don't like you that much and have probably said something mean online. And they just go there and say, hello, you have an amazing Finland and I love it. And they're like, but they don't come to your AI. Yeah. Then you're just waiting. Yeah, just come here and come see our new products. Nobody comes. But, you know, then I have gone there and said, I love your brand, which I do.
That's
because I don't see that like there are plenty fish in the sea. Finland is a small country here. So I think everybody should collaborate and help each other. Even if you were like a business or a customer, we can be nice to each other. That's what I think.
And I love that you do you are reading your social media, you are replying to those. That's great. But that adds a big load for you, because that's part of, even though you love doing it, apart from the bad quotes, but even though they help us understand the people in the world, but there's lots of other things that you're doing, like inventory, customer service, finance. What are the operational stresses that you have within your kind of within your business that you would be able to tell other entrepreneurs about, but maybe they just don't see?
We have a lot of operational things, as of course we have the marketing, but then we have the governance. Then we have the own factory, which I am currently scaling up, which is also really interesting to really dig deep in the formulation, dig deep in the manufacturing, teaching employees new ways to do and bring the new ideas in there. But there you can have some problems in the product development. You can have problems in the manufacturing, like some machine breaks or you measure out some ingredient wrong, it separates, something happens. You don't have enough ingredients, packages, there is delays in deliveries, then your customers get delays if you don't have some ingredients, or then some ingredients price currently goes like 5 times more, and then you're like, oh my God, I need to raise the price, what the customers think, this kind of stuff. Then we also have the warehouse in the same building, and we also have the e-commerce, and we pack all the orders in the same facility. So that's also like one thing. We get the products from the factory, then we have some products that we outsource and we warehouse them there. You can have like delays also in there. You can have some broken pallets. You can have like some pallet missing somewhere. You can have some inventory wrong, like somebody timed some amount wrong or something broke, or the e-commerce platform let customers buy more than you had in stock, and then you have to call the customers. Then you can have some problems in the fulfilling. For example, currently there is Black Friday going on, and yesterday we had this problem that we couldn't fulfill any orders. There was just an internal error code in the provider. So then we were like, oh my God, we have like 2,000 orders. We have 5 people working here to make orders, and we can't do any because of the platform is broken. And then we were just waiting for 1 hour. Of course, we packed some products and put the products in the factory shop that we have in there and this kind of, but we were like, oh my God, if they don't get it fixed today, what are we going to do? We have to communicate to customers. We are having some technical issues. sorry, your package will be delivered like after 3 days or something. This kind of stuff can occur, or then your printer breaks or whatever you have. And then you have all the governance too. So sometimes you can receive something urgent that you need to do today. And then you're like, oh my God, well, that escalated quickly.
And then you have to do your day job, which is the strategy, figuring out what's coming next, your board, etc. It's a lot of job. You were talking about the customer's expectations. A lot of the time, our customers want us to be sustainable, but also we also have operational requirements of what we can do and how we can work it. How do you balance that sustainability, wanting to be sustainable, but also keeping the price and the product to the quality that you want?
I think the openness in there, and I think social media also brings a nice platform there because you can really explain people why we make these choices in the ingredients, why we make these choices in the packaging, why our shipping cost is higher than normally, and people get it when you just tell them openly this. Earlier, we wrote really long blogs about everything if we had some things that needed to be open for customers if they asked a lot something, but now we have moved also in the video type of answering the questions.
And is this like, what is would you say, what for you would be one of the myths that that people have about B2C businesses that just aren't true, or you wish more founders knew or understood were myths about B2C businesses?
I think number one myth is like the success is not the one viral moment. It
Did
doesn't
it not happen immediately? Come on, Veera. Must have.
No, of course not.
You're an overnight success. Took 10 years in the making.
I think that's like one. We see a lot of social media does it. You see a lot of success,
Yeah.
but there is a lot of work behind that success. So it's not like I just decide today that I will be the most successful entrepreneur in Finland. It just doesn't go like that. You have to work hard for your dreams and just like do it. So I think that's like number one myth. So it takes
There's a lot
time.
of hard work behind it, a lot of hours, as you said. So what's the one thing that you would do differently? If you were starting a business today, what would you do differently?
The basic things would be like invest earlier in the operational part, systems, and also the people, because I used to do a long time, and also my mother, a long time, like, okay, we need to do this by ourselves.
Yeah.
But this is a wrong thinking type of, and also the structures that you build should be already scalable, because for us, the problem has been that they haven't been scalable, and then we had to restructure them. But I think the one thing that is really important is to ask for help. You can ask help, you can ask the most dumbest questions that you think in your mind are super dumb. But when you just ask them, and people are like, oh, I want to help you, I know from this. And then you just don't have to learn everything through the hard way. So I think that's like number one thing that everybody must remember, that it is okay to ask the dumb questions and also to ask for help, because no one can really do like everything alone. So that is like something I should have done earlier, ask for help.
I agree. And reaching out to your communities, wherever they may be, because I think people want to help. They want to be, your friends want to be part of your success and want to see you successful, because they see, you know, the evenings when you're not available, you're working. I love that. I love that. Reaching out to people and asking them questions. Oh, that's fantastic. I wish.
What I have learned is that people really want to help, but there is also the tall poppy problem. So some people don't want to help; they want to cut you down. But But that's just when you need to find the right persons, and that can take time, but you will find them.
It sounds like you've really been through it. I'd love to have you back in the future to give us an update of what you're doing, how maybe in a year or two, just to give us an update, because I'm just seeing you go from strength to strength. And your insights, I think, are going to be really helpful for a lot of our audience. So, Veera, thank you so much indeed.
Yeah, thank you also, Tony, and CEO CF, of course.
Thank you.